take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember.
Have you heard of video games being a distraction and unneeded problem in a student's life? Well, there are reports all over the internet proving this, but there are so few other reports that are proving otherwise. And here at UTRGV, there's one of them reports.
It's a feature. Actually, at this point, I just gave up on trying to fix it. So I left it like that.
Is the Employee of the Year here at the UTRGV campus in Brownsville and uses video games as a way to express creativity and uses his time for the better, unlike the majority of news outlets that say otherwise, especially when developing his game for the class.
Stations, each one of us have our own perspective on what a fun game is. The Bob Ross game was fun, but it's also kind of like a meme at this point. It's kind of a joke. Games depend on like the developer, like whatever they think it's best for their game and fun. What
He does for the class not only strengthens his major that he's working for in computer science, but he isn't the only one who is benefiting from the class with the majority of responsibility.
Contrary to popular belief, the game development is actually like really high-level stuff. You know, like you have to put in a lot of work to be a game developer. You know, I had friends in high school that from the age of 10, they'd be playing things like StarCraft, and they turned out to be the most intelligent kids in the school. They weren't violent at all.
My main motto that we want to give the opportunity to our students, which we didn't have in the first place. So in other words, we are giving them access to the real life project. Educational environment is one thing, but applying that to the practical field is another thing.
He's using video games for his advantage and using the process of designing to teach students and allow their creativity to flourish and use it productively. New outlets argue that video games can cause violence and problems in children, adults, or to anyone that play, make, or even come into contact with said video games. This class and its students show that these claims against video games isn't true. Students learn from this course that allow them to move on in their field of study. For it is all something they can put on their resume and be proud of and prove that video games are not the problem, and be one of those few reports and prove that video games are actually helpful to a student. Reporting for UTRGV News,
The rain. Look, that girl's gonna lose her umbrella.
I think she's gonna lose her shoes.
Shoes? What are you talking about? With this strong wind, that little umbrella is not going to hold up for long.
Well, I wasn't looking at her umbrella.
What were you looking at?
Her legs?
Shush. She's coming this way. What did I tell you? Her umbrella's gone.
God, why are you testing me?
Well, sorry about your umbrella, miss. This rain's gonna ruin your shoes as well.
What am I supposed to do? Take off my shoes in this rain?
No, just get out of the rain. Here. You can stand here under this canopy.
Thanks. What's behind this door?
It's a singles bar. Probably not a place for you.
No, I wouldn't be caught dead in this single bar.
Well, that's what I thought. How about you just stay here and wait out the rain?
I am cold. A single bar, huh? Now, under normal circumstances, I would die before going to a place like this. But standing here, I can catch death of a cold. I don't want to catch pneumonia.
You have a point.
Damn right, I have a point. Here, dump this umbrella in the trash bin behind you. Thanks. I'm going in.
Really?
If I'm going to die, I want to die comfortably. I'm not sure if it's such a good idea,
Neither do I.
but you're willing to try?
If you are.
How often do you run into a person who is born on the exact same day as you?
I don't think many people were born after I was born.
Oh, what do you mean?
I was born 1 minute before midnight.
In that case, I'm older than you.
I knew that someday I'll fall for an older woman.
I'm going out with a younger man. How about that?
Do you think that we'll find a cab?
Probably not. I live about 7 blocks from here.
My place is almost a mile away.
Do you always smoke this much?
Yes, always when I'm nervous.
Are you nervous now?
Oh, you bet.
We only agreed to have coffee. If you're nervous now, what's it going to do to your nerves after you had coffee?
That's a good point. I'll be jittery and nervous.
Tell me, Jake, why are you nervous? You must be thinking about something other than coffee. Are you harboring some sinister thoughts? Are you planning on poisoning me?
Gosh, no. Nothing like that.
What then?
My place is a mess. I have not cleaned the apartment in weeks, months even. In fact, never.
Well, put your mind at ease. I have an idea.
I'm so in love with you.
That was a good idea.
Good. Are you still nervous?
No, well, not so much.
Would you like some coffee now?
Yes. Yes, I would, thanks. Would you like a cigarette?
Yes, I would now.
Want to spend my life with you. Let me say, sing.
Guy 1 is voiced by Hector Flores. Guy 2 is voiced by Jaime Leal. Mary Jo is voiced by Yanef Sosa. John is voiced by Alexander Barron. Bartender was voiced by Neida Alcantara. Narrator is voiced by Juan Delgado.
Do Nights and Lights is a really great way that we interact with the general public, with the community. We partner with Toys for Tots because it's very affordable admission. It's $2.50 a person, but if you wanted to bring a toy as your admission, we'll donate that toy to Toys for Tots.
With over 370 mass shootings in 2017, some being well known, such as the shooting that took place in Las Vegas. The worry of more being added has increased with every victim that has been involved. Reporting this is Alexander Barron for University News. Today, people are not ignorant to the many lives that have been injured and lost thanks to the abundance of mass shootings that have taken place all over the United States. There have been 502 deaths according to the U.S. Mass Shootings Tracker website that have been taken from gun-wielding individuals that can be described as simply psychotic by multiple citizens that try to understand these individuals. A report done by Dr. Jonathan M. Metzel and Dr. Kenneth T. McAlish in the American Journal of Public Health brings the sanity of shooters into question, focusing more on the mental health than the gun ownership, as the argument continues of what should be done with gun control. Current students have their own opinions. With gun control being a hot topic during the Las Vegas mass shooting, there have been no new policies that have been sent forth by the U.S. government as of this report. We have walked around the UTRGV campus to ask current students of their opinion on the matter.
It's hard to really restrict control on people that misuse them because you can't really tell at first sight. So that's why it's really hard to say to restrict all gun control or access to guns.
I think that if the number of weapons sold to anyone should be reduced because all you need is a clean record, and I think they should do more of a background check and keep a record of the people who actually buy guns.
Because I know that people say that it's not guns that people. I know that people say that it's people that kill. Sorry.
No, it's
fine.
We can
I can edit it. No, that that guns kill people, but it's not that it's people that kill people. So it should be there should be more restrictions for people to buy guns other than just going to academy, because I know they sell guns there and just getting one.
Their ideal split from having more gun control or just trusting in the government. There isn't a perfect answer to most. We asked the current professor, Mr. Mann, a professor of mass media, on his take on the government involvement with the subject.
I think it's sad. I think we should get in line with Australia, who's already made gun control a lot easier. They've also confiscated a lot of rifles and that type of thing too. There's some people that just should not have guns. I believe in the right of people having them, but just too many guns, especially when people are owning M60 machine guns. That's crazy. Some people have artillery rounds, planes that drop bombs. It's kind of ludicrous.
Some of these shootings have been led to stock increases. According to the financial report provided by the New York Stock Exchange, there has been an increased investment in gun shops all over the country, but with this increase in gun sales, might leak into the UTRGV. In June 2016, the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley put open carry into effect, allowing licensed students to be able to carry concealed firearms. During its inception, most students and professors were not comfortable with the new rule, and even now they are still scared of the possibility a year later.
So I feel like it'd be really scary if somebody next to you just had a gun in their pant pocket or whatever, at any time they could just shoot somebody.
With guns being available to be carried by all students, the thought of gun control does come back into question and the methods of earning a license. Mr. Mann, who has been doing his own research, has said that a good way is to add a routine psychological evaluation for all current and future licensed users. While his suggestion might aid in some problems, it isn't perfect, but hopes that the types of problems don't plague his students. Mass shootings is an overall problem that brings many subjects to a discussion, such as gun control, sanity, and even the safety of civilians and even students that have the risk. The discussion will continue until the problem finally rests. Reporting for University News, this is Alexander Barron, signing off.
Hello and welcome to this special edition of University News. I'm Jorge Hinojosa.
I'm Angelina Villarreal.
I'm Vanessa Villasana, and welcome.
A couple of weeks ago, the removal of DACA was announced. UTRGV students gave their views on the issue. Here's Samantha Sauceda with the story.
Hi, I'm Samantha Sauceda from University TV, and I'm here at the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, also known as DACA. DACA has been providing undocumented immigrants who came to the United States as children with education, jobs, and other benefits.
I actually don't remember. If you ask any 8-year-old,
The Dean of Students planned a meeting with Lupe, a community union advocating the rights of DACA. The meeting helped answer any questions that DACA recipients may have about what they need to do in the upcoming months. Students from all over the campus came out in hopes of getting the help they require. Explain to the viewers what DACA has done for you.
First of all, it has enabled me to work here at the school. I wasn't able to work as a tutor because of my currently position, but then with DACA, I could work.
I think, like I said, there are students who get no financial aid and they were born here and raised here, and just because our parents make a certain amount of income, they don't get the same opportunities.
Trump gave Congress 6 months to decide DACA's fate. Until then, we will see what happens in the upcoming months.
Many schools across the country have introduced animal therapy to their campuses, and UTRGV is not staying behind. Ashley Chacon gives us more insight in the story.
The Animal Therapy Club here at UTRGV hosted its first meeting of the year, not only inviting students to become members, but encouraging new pet members and informing the community. We spoke to Animal Therapy Club President Giselle Solis and several attendees for more insight.
We use therapy animals to relieve anxiety, stress, and help people overall with comfort. They're supposed to help students, before finals, before midterms, help them with all that stress that they got. And we bring them here, and you could definitely see how they make students here so happy. So I'm glad that we have been given the opportunity to bring that here to UTRGV.
I spoke to Denise Silcox about the benefits of interacting with therapy animals.
I have seen for 12 years the benefits of the human-animal bond and how animals really improve the lives of humans. I've seen animals work miracles, and I want to be able to share that with the university to help the students now, but also to educate them.
The Animal Therapy Club has big plans for new potential members. The club will be hosting a great array of events that include doggy yoga and fundraisers. Fundraisers and event proceeds will be donated to help local animal shelters. If you wish to know more or are interested, you can find them on VLink. For UTRGV, this is Ashley Chacon.
Last week, UTRGV President Dr. Guy Bailey revealed personal information in an exclusive interview in a new segment called 20 Questions in 30 Seconds. Here's Angelina Villarreal with the story.
Welcome to University News. I'm Angelina Villarreal. Yesterday, I had the awesome opportunity of meeting with Dr. Guy Bailey, our UTRGV president. He was the first ever president of the combined campus for Brownsville and Edinburgh. Formerly, he was the university president for Alabama University, as well as Texas Tech University. I got the chance to ask him a few personal questions, that way we can get to know the man behind the title. Here, take a look. What's your favorite movie?
Tender Mercies.
Your favorite book?
Huckleberry Finn was my favorite growing up.
Favorite president?
Dwight Eisenhower.
What fashion trend do you not understand?
Leisure suits from the 70s.
Favorite song?
I don't care what it is that you did when you lived in Fort Worth. Went up.
Favorite thing about UTRGV?
Students, they remind me of myself.
So now you feel like you know him a little bit more? Thank you for watching this week's segment of 20 in 30. We'll see you next week.
UTRGV will be teaming up with middle and high school students who will meet up on campus to enrich their knowledge of science, math, and engineering. Here is Jose Peña with more details.
October is quickly approaching, and UTRGV is gearing up to host their 16th annual HESTEC celebration. The week-long event brings STEM education awareness to the community and services middle and high school students from across the valley. Assistant VP for Community Projects and Operations, Belinda Reyes, tells us what to expect in the upcoming festivities.
The Community Day component is probably the biggest day of all, where we draw in record numbers of 10,000 people just on that one day. Throughout the day, they come and visit the exhibits that we have. This year we're going to have an exhibit called the Maya exhibit, Hidden Worlds Revealed, and that'll be in our visitor center. It's going to be on campus for 4 months, but it'll kick off during HESTEC week. It's free, and it's basically going to have relics that were found from the Mayans of their time, what the technologies were at the time, and how that's kind of evolved to what we have today. So a lot of it's still kind of focused on the science, technology, engineering, and math concepts that they used back in the day.
This year's HESTEC will run from October 1st through October 7th. For University TV, I'm Jose Peña.
Francine Perez gets an inside look on UTRGV's play A Midsummer Night's Dream. Here she is with the story.
Hi, I'm Francine Perez, and I'm getting a behind-the-scenes look at the play A Midsummer Night's Dream.
This is a show that is probably, I would say, the most popular of all of Shakespeare's comedy. It's probably the most produced of his comedies, and I think one of the main reasons is because it has such a gloriously happy ending. Everybody's happy at the end of this show, and it brings the lower classes and the royal families and the fairies all together to have a celebration, and I wanted to really emphasize that sense of harmony. We're in a time of brokenness and polarized communities that are against each other, and I think this show sends a message of we all belong together, we're all a part of this world, and we need each other for the world to be the perfect place that it ought to be, and this show kind of does that at the end.
Another person who has been a big help to make the show outstanding is the sound design. He is making up his own music for the play.
Well, there's a lot that goes into it, but mostly it's creativity, sleepless nights, energy, of course. But I was just thinking, just imagining, a fairy. How would it look like when it was walking in on the stage? And then I started playing with the melody, and I was like, no, that melody didn't work. So you just keep on doing that until you find a melody that you like, and then I found that melody, and then you add chords behind it, kind of help the melody on its journey, So there's a kind of a process like that for me.
The show opens November 8th and goes on until the 12th. Make sure you check it out. Until next time, this has been Francine Perez.
16th of September marks another year since Mexico gained its independence. UTRGV student and chairman of the Culture Committee, Brandon Jaramillo, organized an event to commemorate this date. Carolina Rocha has more.
UTRGV hosted a celebration for Mexico's Independence Day this past Thursday. The event was full of not only joy and pride, but food, music, and laughter. We spoke to Brandon Jaramillo, chairman of the Culture Committee, for more information.
Today we're celebrating the independence of Mexico with an event called Fiestas Patrias, where essentially our goal is to inform the community of our country that is neighbor to us over here, and because we have such vast Mexican population here in the university, we want to embrace the culture, make sure they don't feel forgotten or by any means at the university, that we do feel pride of that sense. And essentially that's for the main goal of the event, just for them to feel welcome in our contribution to the university, to themselves, to the community, and that's it.
We also spoke to Yakira Mendoza, who attended the celebration and sang with the mariachi.
To be able to bring it together, especially in the times we're going through now, I think it's really, really amazing. And I think it's great that you can bring out people and they can do something that they love to do.
The event was declared a success with over 150 students attending. For UTRGV University Radio TV, this is Carolina Rocha.
And thank you for watching this special edition of University News. I'm Jorge Hinojosa.
I'm Angelina Villarreal.
And I'm Vanessa Villasana. Hope you have a great day.